Yes, we guys, welcome back. To keep things real, yeah, I'm still feeling quite dejected and disappointed after that FA Cup final defeat. After we picked up like a sensational win against Man City to book our spot in the final, I really felt like, the form, the confidence, the energy we had was gonna make things a bit different for us, and I was really expecting and hoping that we were gonna seal the bag, you guys. But honestly, it continues this disappointing trend where we keep failing in finals, and I guess something has to be done about that. Now, of course, luck played a part against us in that final. However, in football, you create your own luck, and I think a lot of us feel the same, that when it comes to breaking teams down, our offensive patterns of play, they don't seem to be as progressive enough, as good enough. I remember Lampard used to get criticised quite a lot for how he reverted to playing crosses from outside the box, but it's still the same thing. Against Leicester City, we played about 29 crosses from wide areas, and it feels like maybe that lack of attacking preparation, is that gonna affect us now? Is that gonna stop the momentum? Is that gonna ruin our season? I don't want to start getting too negative and too carried away, but really, we have like 3 finals now, Leicester City, Aston Villa, and of course the Champions League final as well. We cannot afford to slip up after the fake nonsense that happened with Liverpool versus West Brom, where Alisson is scoring in the 95th minute from a header. Like, who's even doing that on FIFA? Are you guys doing that on FIFA? Who's doing that, man? What kind of fake nonsense was that? Like, it's stuff like this that's making me more fearful, and I feel kind of ashamed to be feeling like this, because we've had a decent season, we've had many hardships, we've overcome some great obstacles and many big and important teams, but ultimately it comes down to the make or break parts of a season. Unfortunately, all those games mean absolutely nothing if you don't secure the title or trophy right in the end. And against Leicester City, you guys, we have to win tomorrow. We need to see a reaction tomorrow. Not only from the players on the field, but also from Thomas Tuchel, who, in the past 2 games, I'd say, has made some mistakes that have affected our chances of winning. And in today's match preview, guys, I'm going to break down Tuchel's press conference. I'm going to go through my predicted lineups, and I'm going to give my match predictions right at the end. So I hope you guys do enjoy. If you like today's video, smash the like button. Help me get over 2,000 likes for today's video. And now, let's actually start things with the press conference. Now, immediately after the way we lost against Leicester City, Tuchel was asked about how he felt. And Tuchel said, naturally, I am hurt by things. And, with how we overcame Man City to reach the final, the team felt like they could have done it. But ultimately, even though the result was against us, the performance was still good and still there. And we had done enough to have won the game. Now, of course, from a luck point of view, I do get it in the context. We got robbed. VAR screwed us over. That was a clear equaliser. And you felt like momentum would have been on our side, and who knows what happens then on. But at the same time, I'm always saying in football, you don't rely on luck, you create your own luck. And to create our own luck, we need to improve with how we attack our offensive patterns of play. And I understand that, why Tuchel has to use a back 3, but I don't understand why it has to be religiously used every single time. We can use different formations. We can use a 4-3-3. I feel like against these teams, these, lower table teams where we've been losing a lot of points against them, these are games where you go for it, you're brave, and you really attack them, which we just haven't done. And I think it was the same thing against Leicester City too. But anyway, you guys, we do continue on. Tuchel was asked about the fans returning back to the stadium. Of course, when we play against Leicester, we are going to have some of the fans back in the stadium, hopefully, spurring the team on, supporting and shouting, with Tuchel saying that, he felt like at times momentum was going down. The team could have got that boost if the fans were in the stadium. But still, the reality is, from what I was reading on social media, from what the responses were on socials, it seemed like the match-going fans weren't really singing as much. Maybe they sung more in the first half, but it wasn't this thing of like non-stop constant support. And I think this has been a growing trend now we've seen for many, many years. It does feel like, as football has gone on over the past 10 years, that lack of energy in stadiums has been going down. Maybe it's because match-going fans are getting older and older. Maybe it's because younger fans are getting priced out and that's where the disconnect comes. I don't know, you guys. But anyway, let's hope that tomorrow, whoever's lucky enough to go is going to be out there supporting the team. But we move on. A question that has been puzzling a lot of us in the fan base has been the absence of Tammy Abraham. Now, it's good that Tuchel was asked this again, but as always, it seems like his go-to excuse is always the fact that, okay, in the context of this press conference, he said that I had Werner playing up front, I had Kai, I had Giroud. That's basically 3 number 9s. I didn't need to have another one on the bench. And why aren't you commenting on the fact that Christensen wasn't also in the team because I needed to have Kovacic? But, I don't really buy that. There's been many times this season where we've had 2 left backs on the bench time and time again. He keeps using Olivier Giroud, who seems to be on the decline and doesn't really work too well in the system. So if Giroud's not looking too great and is getting all these minutes, I can't imagine how Tuchel is really seeing Tammy Abraham. But, in my personal opinion, I think Tuchel got this wrong. I think he should have been more patient with Tammy. Unsurprisingly, still remains our leading scorer this season. Tuchel went on to continue this by saying, with context of where we are this season, with how we have so many important moments, this isn't the right time to bring up a conversation like this, essentially. But, it is disappointing that Tammy has just been phased out so easily like this. It makes me understand from his perspective why he was hesitant to just commit to a new deal straight away, because I guess as he was feeling, maybe his goals were getting undervalued and underappreciated. Like the 30 plus goals he scored, plus, the other assists he's got for us have meant nothing. And, it's a big shame, to be honest, you guys. But anyway, we continue on. Tuchel being asked how he can motivate the team again and boost that mentality. And, Tuchel said, giving an example of the game against Arsenal, that, on paper, with the stats afterwards, we were the clear winners, but we ran out of that bit of luck that went against us. Of course, that luck being Jorginho making individual mistakes, of course, allow Arsenal to score. And, Tuchel was basically saying that it's up to him now to be able to get the team back up on fire. It's up to him now to tell the players not to worry as much. We have to accept that in football, sometimes luck can play a part regardless of a great performance you have, and we can't allow that to... we can't look too deeply into that, otherwise that's going to bring that confidence down even more. Tuchel said that he will look to praise the players for doing good deeds, doing the good actions, not about what the scoreboard is, what the scoreline is, which I think is fair. And, let's see how the team does react tomorrow, you guys. But anyway, that's the end of the press conference. Let's now move on to the predictor lineup part. Now, ideally, I would like to see us using a different formation. I think that's one of the things that slightly surprised me, even though I knew that the current back 3 system was going to be our go-to one throughout. I did think that we were going to see more variations, at least. I did think we were going to see the introduction of a 4-3-3 at times. And, even though we have seen different formation changes in very, very rare moments this season, and I think it's about finding that balancing job between when we can have the team going all out attack and when we can play our normal controlling, dictating game. But it's not to be the case, you guys. But if anything, Tuchel has to get the lineup right. No Marcus Alonso, who, even though he has been good, let's not disrespect him now, his pace was not there against Leicester, and that was what we needed to break them down. This was a game where we didn't have to see maybe Azpilicueta playing as a wing-back. I feel like you could have allowed Hudson-Odoi to play that game, having Reece James behind, marshalling Vardy, and, being brave and going for things. I think that's what I want to see, more agency in our game. And I think now, before I start moaning, let's actually discuss the first predicted lineup. In this team, I've gone for Kai Havertz up front. I've gone for Pulisic, Mason Mount. In midfield, I've gone for Kante and Kova. In backs, I've gone for Reece James, and I've gone for Ben. In defence, I've gone for Rudiger. I've gone for Christensen, Azpilicueta, and Mendy in goal. Now, I need to see Mendy straight back in this team. You know what? I can't stick it on Kepa. It's not his fault whatsoever at all. He's been good under Tuchel as well. Let's be objective, let's be fair. But for me, it's just that we had 2 important games. We did not have to rotate our goalkeeper for any reason whatsoever. And I do think it's all about those little mental battles, you know what I mean? Like someone like Mendy with his frame, his figure, his stature, not only does that give a confidence boost to the defense, not only does that, put more insecurity into the opposition players that are taking strikes and goals, but I think it just gives overall confidence to the entire team. It's little aspects like that, those unquantifiable aspects that play an important part. And am I the only one that would think that, okay, if Mendy played those games, would we see that type of nonsense? Not saying that nonsense follows Kepa, but would we have seen that? I'm not too sure. But anyway, he's going to be a big help back. Wing backs, I need to see pace. Reece James, Ben, it has to be that without a doubt. In defense, I've gone for Christensen over Silva, only because I'm assuming Silva was going to be rested, of course. And, ideally, let's keep him fit and ready for the game against Man City. We don't actually have to overutilize him now, to be honest. Further up front, though, you guys, I can't see Werner in the team. Yeah, he can come on as a sub in this game, but I feel like he's got tons of opportunities. I understand why we're good with this pace in the team, how it helps us tactically, but as I said in my review, this guy Mbappe, it's not like we're creating space for an Mbappe to run and drive at opponents and make things happen. Nah, Werner's not doing that. So I need to see Havertz up front. I need to see Pulisic in the team. If only this guy started the game against Leicester, and of course Mason Mount either side. So there you guys have it. The first predicted lineup, and for the second one, again, I've gone for Kai Havertz up front. I'd love to have Tammy Abraham here, but of course it's me guessing Tuchel's lineup, not giving my own. So again, Pulisic has to play that game tomorrow. We all know that. Mason Mount alongside him. Wing backs, I've gone for Ben and Hudson-Odoi. Midfield, Kante, Cover. Defense, Rudiger, Christensen, Reece James, and Mendy in goal. Now, yes, this team doesn't have Azpilicueta, but this is another thing for me. I understand why Tuchel likes to use him a lot. I get it. I fully understand it. But he doesn't have to be the number one guy in every single team. It doesn't have to be like that. As James showed in the FA Cup final, he can handle Jamie Vardy. His pace, his strength, playing out from the back is very good. Give this guy Hudson-Odoi to play alongside him further forwards. Let's actually go down the flanks more. Let's show more creativity, more agency, trying to drive and attack them. As we saw in that game against Spurs when Tuchel first took over, we saw the combination play between Hudson-Odoi, Mount, Reece James. It was crisp, fluid, fast, and you don't have to coach these guys how to play because they've been playing together for since they were kids. I need to see that against Leicester City. That's what I have to see, and yeah, I feel like we can afford to miss Aspi out of this team, to be honest, and let's rely upon a bit of technique to help us win the game. But there you guys have it. That is a predicted lineup. I'd like to have Cover in the team. I wouldn't be surprised maybe if he starts over Gilmour, but at the point of recording, I didn't know whether he's going to be part of the matchday squad or not. And there you guys have it. That was the predicted lineup out of the way. We end things with a match prediction, and I guess the only thing I can predict is a win, you guys. A win. I don't care at what cost. We need to win. We need to get that UCL in the bag. Yeah, I mean, we were in control. We've let things slip. No more slips now. Let's do this. Let's get that confidence up and going again and get the damn result tomorrow. So I'm going to be going for a 1-0 win. We're not a team that really gets goals, knows how to score like that. So I'm just going to be grateful for anything I get. And on that note, you guys, I'm going to end things and wrap things up now. So hope you guys enjoy. Let's get behind the boys tomorrow. We're going to need them. And on that note, I'm the EFC. This is Blue Lines TV. Catch you man later with some more videos. Cool.